Welcome back to Rebuild Roulette, the series where I sold my entire bank to start from scratch, locking myself to one type of activity for 12 in-game hours at a time, all dictated by the roulette wheel. How long will it take us to hit the 1 billion GP mark? Let's find out. Welcome back to Rebuild Roulette, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. 51 million is where we left off from after 12 hours of minigames last time. Today, we have a special guest spinning the wheel for us. Thurgo. Yep, I bet you guys were expecting, the likes of Settled or someone like that, but no, Thurgo here is going to do us the honors of spinning the wheel, which does have a new segment for this time. This little mystery goodie bag. It's meant to be a miscellaneous category for money-making methods that don't really fit into any of the other segments. I don't know, beats me. I don't really have a plan for if I land that. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're gonna get today. Bossing would be lovely. It's going a little too fast for my liking. No, of course. Straight into the miscellaneous category. Okay, 12 hours, and I have no idea how to start this, but I'm not going to stay here wasting time. Here are our first buy offers. I figured you can't really go wrong, as long as you do a little bit of research, of course, with component pieces and putting them together. So Malediction and Odium Wards, Void Wakers, Primordial and Pegasian Boots, all of those can make a good profit. We just hope that these will all buy at the price that I put them in for. While I wait for those GE offers, I'm going to spend the rest of this money on a different moneymaker. This is it, liquid gold right here, baby. Cosmic runes. So you can buy the cosmic runes for 57 coins each, but they're currently worth, at the time of recording this, 130 on the GE. So considering this is the only shop in the game here in Prifddinas that sells a stock of 250, let me just work this out. I'm spending 14k for every 250 cosmic runes I buy, but I'm making 30k, so yeah, this is a great moneymaker. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that I am being a massive hypocrite, because I'm pretty sure that I said not long ago, I'm not going to spend 12 hours buying things from a shop to sell it to the GE, unfortunately. I'm sorry. And yet here I am, doing exactly what I said I wouldn't do, but I'm not going to do this for long. I really want to show you guys some of the other methods around the game that you can do with very, very few requirements, and hopefully they'll be useful for anyone out there looking to make money. Okay, I am getting diminishing results now because there is competition for these cosmic runes, so I've been doing it for about half an hour, and I've spent $1 mil. Let's go see how much we're going to make. Look at that beautiful green GE window. 2.3 mil made from our 1 mil investment. That is such a good money maker, especially if there's no competition. It would probably be about 2.5 mil an hour, but we are going to move on. First, I had to do some research. Buying from shops to sell to other players is a great way to make money, but you have to know what items to pick. Metrics like daily trade volume, stock quantity, distance from a bank, shop interest, and GE tax became terms I started familiarizing myself with. And I didn't know it yet, but this is the closest thing to a finance bro that I would ever become. All right, I'm gonna need the Camulet for this one and some buckets. I'll get to why we need those in just a sec, but while I was doing some market analysis, I saw that Bandits Brew stocks are way up at the moment. They spiked from like 1.5 to 3k, so I want to get straight in on this. The method is super simple. We use the Camulet to teleport to the surface of Anakra's temple, run a little bit north and buy the Bandits Brew out from the pub before using a Dragon's Medallion or other free bank teleport method, and repeat. The only issue is the Camulet only holds 4 teleport charges, and to recharge it, I needed to get my hands dirty. I need to ask this guy to shit for me, basically. All right, he won't let us watch, which is totally fair, of course. Whoa, the steam coming off it. Apparently we just scoop this up and, oh, we can do it multiple times. That's nice. 4 buckets, 5 buckets. My guy. You can't send the back-to-back poop, sadly, so we have to go find another camel. This is suddenly a lot of power to just have in my hands. Now that I know this is what the Camulet can do, absolutely no camels are safe. And that is it. Apparently you just use a bucket of dung on the Camulet. Yeah, you literally just stuff it. I don't know who at Jagex designed that, stuffing an amulet full of like camel shit, but they need to be strictly monitored. Keep an eye on that one. One Bandits Brew is 650 coins. The approximate GE value is saying 1.6k, but I think we can get higher than that. That might be the average market price. Okay, I'm 1 hour in. I'm just gonna see how many we've got so far. 468 Bandit Brews. That is 584k. I'm gonna try slow selling half of them at 3k each, so we'll come back to this later. For the next couple of hours, I tried out some more shop methods, but to save you guys having to watch the exhilarating gameplay loop involved, I'm going to summarize some of the best ones. First off, and with generally no requirements other than being a member, you can access Hickton's Archery Emporium in Catherby. Here you can buy a ton of different ranging supplies, but I noticed adamant arrow tips in particular were buying on the higher end at around 120 GP each, and this shop stocks 200 of them at around 40 to 50 GP each. This does go up each time you buy, so I stuck with buying 50 of them, hopping and repeating. After just 10 minutes and 100k invested, they sold for 254k, making 151k profit at around 900k GP an hour. Another one with practically no requirements is the general store in Port Khazard. Now this is going to sound weird, but this shop has the highest stock of pots of flour in the game and is mere steps away from a bank. For a pretty low 14 GP investment per pot of flour, they sell on the GE for around 180 GP each. This one was really competitive, so I didn't stick to it for long, but I could see the potential from only 5 minutes spent, 3k invested, and the GE value being around 27k. Over in Letia, Aronwan sells a bunch of different crafting items, but most importantly, all colors of dye. This one does have longer trips between the shop and the bank, but some of these dyes were selling upwards of 900 GP on the Grand Exchange and only cost 6 GP per dye. While I was in Elfland, I noticed that the general store in Prifdinas was incredibly close to the bank, and coincidentally, Papyrus was going for insane amounts of GP on the Grand Exchange. After a very quick 5-minute test, I'd seen enough to know that I needed to try this. Yo, what? What? 260k? I gotta see if these sell. They're insta-selling at 552 each. That's crazy. Unfortunately, Papyrus has a pretty low trade volume, so you can never expect to sell a whole bunch of these at once, but if you're patient, this one works out at around 3 million GP an hour. And my personal favorite from these types of methods was one that required access to the Legends Guild. Here you can buy mithril seeds, which are most commonly used in PvP, and while they cost around 300 each, they usually sell on the Grand Exchange for anywhere between 1.4 to 1.8k each, meaning that per world hop, you would be making between 7 to 9,000 coins. And there was barely any competition for me doing this method, so I tried a full hour, slapped them on the GE for 1,500 each, and hoped that they would sell overnight. Morning. That is a nice sight to wake up to. All of the seeds sold, so after the costs, that was a breezy 2.4 mil in that hour. The malediction shards are finally all bought. Unfortunately though, Bandits Brews crashed real hard. I'm glad I only did about half an hour of those because I think I only made about 300k. Potions though. Potions are my new side hustle. Buying like 1 to 3 doses and then decanting them to 4. This is the easiest passive money that you can possibly make, so I'm gonna try to always have potion offers in. All right, let's put these shards together, shall we? So this is a little bit dangerous because both the Malediction and Odium wards can only be created in the Volcanic Forge, which is deep in the wilderness. Fun fact about this place though, if you bring a gold ring along and try to use it in the volcano, you get like a little Lord of the Rings Gollum reference, but with a goblin. I love all of the quirky things that the developers have put into this game. Okay, please don't ask what I'm wearing. I just don't fancy risking gear with half my inventory taken up by these things. So we just use it on the volcano and hopefully no one logs in while I'm mid-animation because I'm not sure I'd win. 5 malediction wards made. We out of here. If these all sell, we get 11 mil. And I only spent 9.5 mil on all the pieces actually, so that's a pretty decent 1.5 mil for 10 minutes invested, but the pieces do take ages to buy. All right, is this a bad investment? Probably. But I've got a taste for it now. You know, the wilderness has that kind of endangered tang about it. According to the Old School Runescape wiki money-making guides, opening Laren's big chest is estimated at around 4.6 million GP an hour. Unfortunately though, I think that's taking this fishing level into account, and hear me out, I hate fishing. I would rather train almost any other skill, but we're going to do this anyway, so I have to make some defensive investments. Laren's big chest is located in the deep wilderness, between two PKing hotspots, the agility course and the mage arena. Whenever the chest is opened, a broadcast message goes out to all players in the local area, including any who might be in these two. And that's why I've invested in the Din's Bulwark. It is a pretty heavy investment for 20 mil, but with how quick we'll be done here, I shouldn't lose much money. Only taking 30 keys a trip is gonna slow this whole thing down. We'll see if we can get lucky. Also, if someone out there wanted to make a Runelight plugin that made the Din's Bulwark run animation sound like a cartoon character running, you wouldn't get any complaints from me. All right, here we go. Send in 30 chests. Pure Essence. Oh man, that is quite literally the worst thing I could get from this chest, out of all the possibilities. Ooh, Dragon Fruit Tree Seeds. That is the best thing I can get, aside from the unique items here with the Dagon High set. First 30 keys done, 3.5 mil. 30 keys cost me 4 mil, so that's a quick 500k loss. All right, round two. Hey, the Dagon High hat. Nice, putting that straight on. Look at that. It is the cheapest unique, but it is a unique nonetheless. Okay, looting bag from the second trip is 4.6 mil, so 600k up on this one. Even though I do have my ult here, scouting, I've only had to log out once. I've not bumped into really any PKers yet. Long may that continue. Oh shit. Is that not a collection log? Damn, well that's the Dagon High robe top. 1.8 mil. Nice. 5 million GP in the looting bag. That is nice to look at. Unfortunately, I didn't get any more unique items, and the final looting bag came out at 4.2 million. I spent a total of 20.3 million on 150 Laren's keys, and the final price check of all of the loot came out at 22.1 million. And while it took half a day to sell everything, it did come out at a pretty tidy 1.7 mil profit. After the supply cost and about a 200k loss in selling back all of the gear I bought, it came out to about 1.5 million. Officially at the halfway mark for time, I want to move on to something else. I was doing really well to this point, having made 10 million already, and it was about time we made a bad investment. All right, if I buy one of those and one of those, I think these two have good profit margins on the GE. All right, after hopping around for a while, I've spent 20.5 mil on all of these construction supplies. The price checker says 23 mil. That would be lovely. I don't think this calculator is lying to me, but it's suggesting that I lost 2 mil on this investment. So I think the GE tax got me. I've decided that with the rest of the time I have, I'm gonna do easy clue scrolls. All right, is that it? First casket, there we go. There's like a good 90% chance I accidentally click this casket before I have the chance to build a bunch of them up. Okay, second pickpocket. Lovely, there's the second casket as well. By the way, if you're doing clues, bring a plank sack, because if you've not got stash units built like me, you don't have to carry around loads of planks, it just takes them straight out the sack. I've managed to get together about 25 caskets so far, but it's a pain to have to keep running back here to get a new clue scroll every time. Luckily, after years, Jagex decided to make clue scrolls stay on the ground for up to an hour, so let's stack a few up. Hey, that's the third one. Is that enough clue scrolls? Is that enough clue scrolls? All right, I may have gone overboard. We've only got 2.5 hours left to get through. Yeah, a lot of clue scrolls. The last clue scroll. It might look like we're out of time being 8 minutes into the day, but we still have about 15 minutes on the clock. That was quick, and there we go. 40 easy caskets ready to pop. Hear me out on this one though, guys. I feel like when you're opening clues, you need to be somewhere lucky. And I figured, like, what's more lucky than gnomes, right? Is that racist? I hope not. My easy clue log is a shambles. I've opened 4 and I've only got 1 item. All right, here we go. Hey, the first collection log. It's a black pickaxe. Hey, at least we're getting collection logs, right? I don't think any of these have actually been worth a good amount of money so far, though. Ooh, a master clue. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to have time to do it. Last casket, please be good. Purple sweets. All right, this is everything we got from the clues, minus the 64 mil we've made. 460k. That's quite bad, I think, from 40 easy clues, and I don't think half of this is even going to sell. Our time is officially up though, so the cash stack is at a total of 64.5 mil, which is actually pretty impressive. Actually kind of crazy to me how much money we made just from decanting potions this episode. At an estimate, I'd probably say about 6 mil from decanting potions. The clues were massively disappointing though. I did 40 clues and we only got 7 new collection logs out of that. So nothing here sold for really anything of value. We made 13 mil in 12 in-game hours doing just random miscellaneous money makers. I'm pretty happy with that. Will the miscellaneous option be on the wheel next time? Probably not, but it's anyone's guess. Who knows? This one was suggested by someone else, so if you have a suggestion, then please leave it in the comments and I will consider it, okay? Next time, I want to introduce a couple new elements that will add some risk to this game of roulette we're playing, but you'll have to wait until then to find out what it is. So whatever you've got planned with the rest of your day, I hope it's a good one, and I will catch you all in the next one.